I adore Caryl Churchill. People sometimes say that she's a playwright of ideas, and that's what she wants you to walk away with.
Caryl Churchill is certainly the leading female dramatist of her generation and of our generation because of her relentless experimentation with form. Even now, throughout her whole life, she constantly is reinventing the form of the theater. She is, I would say, willing to confront the big moral issues through very close human encounters.
As far as Escaped Alone goes, I think a lot of people sort of look at it and say this is a play about global catastrophes and very personal, very intimate catastrophes.
Caryl Churchill wrote this when she was 79, 2 years ago, when politically things were going really wrong. And I think she wrote this as an observation of people's torment, whether it be worldwide or whether it be individual.
She has presented us with these women who have struggled through their lives, but they've survived.
And you also find, because of the character of Mrs. Jarrett, how strong they are.
She's the outsider. She is also the voice of warning. It's a voice of waking up, trying to wake people up to what has could happen, would happen, has happened.
Commuters watched breakfast on iPlayer on their way to work. Smartphones were distributed by charities when rice ran out, so the dying could watch cooking.
So, the very first line of Mrs. J's first monologue is 4,000 tons of rock paid for by senior executives. And she goes on to talk about, what happens with the rocks and destroying villages and everything. I mean, there's so much there that is about the haves and the have-nots.
Almost everything that is covered in a nightly news report can be found in this play. Drone strikes, suggestions of environmental disasters.
Escaped alone, I only am escaped alone to tell thee, is the quote before the play. And that's from the Book of Job and from Moby Dick.
Everyone usually remembers the Moby Dick part, but they don't remember the Job part. And that quote is brought to Job 4 times by 4 different messengers. Caryl Churchill has put 4 women characters in this play. And they've come to tell the story of horrible things for which you can escape if you don't give up. So this is a very positive play.
We all have these monologues, we all have these moments where you find out we are horribly alone, but we are also together. And that's how we survive.
Oh, I couldn't follow. I can't even add up. They don't add up anymore.
She's so focused on language and the failure of language. She's a language innovator, frankly. For instance, with this play, there's no punctuation. And so you say, well, should we make that a question? What if we made it a question?
We've had so much discussion in rehearsals about what does this mean? What are we saying? Because the lines are fragmented. You don't have complete sentences. You'll say something, and then the next character will finish your sentence, which, of course, with old friends often happens.
Shakespeare does this too. In the 4th grade, they teach you, that isn't a finished sentence, that's wrong. No. If you put down all the things I'm saying here on a page and look at them, the grammar is all over the place. The punctuation is all over the place. But that's when we're telling the truth. When you edit yourself and get the punctuation, you're lying then. That kind of neatness, that perfectness doesn't help with the truth.
Is she just merely describing something, or is it also a call to action to us? So I think you could look at it in a lot of different ways. The main thing is you don't have to look at it in one way. It's open. It has possibilities.
I think that's the result of any really good play. That audiences have different ideas, that audiences thought, this, I thought it was about this. Oh, no, it was about this. And of course, it's all because it's however it's speaking to that person. And so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interesting discussions